Answer the bloody question.
I don't know. I know when you're lying to me.
Well, I'm going to start off by nitpicking everything that is wrong with my preliminary task. The first thing to say about it really is that first panning shot. Vic goes out, her head goes out of the shot a few times, and the pan seems jerky and forced when it goes across to her moving towards the door. The match on action could be worse, but as she comes through the door, you see my bag on the desk, and it's just the attention to detail, really. In my preliminary task, I just went with it, did it so quickly, but in my final product, I think I've spent so much time getting things right and making sure there was no accidental props in the scene like there was in my preliminary task there. I think the cut when Vic runs past the table, when she skips past the table, it just ruins the illusion. It's not smooth camera work at all. And the only reason I did that is because I didn't feel confident with my panning with the camera on top of the tripod. But I've tried that. I tried that in my final product, and I think it worked out okay. So I think I've improved in that sense. As well as being able to use panning shots to avoid mistakes like that in my final product, I've also used match and action more effectively. I think something else I've learned in the progression from my preliminary task to my final product is how important score is. I think what I was attempting there is to add a bit of tension by not really putting any score apart from the sound of the heartbeat, but it doesn't really work. It's more awkward to watch than tense. And so now I've realised by doing my final product that by actually inputting score you can create the tension just by putting some background music on instead of just keeping it in silence to create tension.
Please pick up. Fuck.
As well as that shot being really shaky, you can actually hear Vic laugh, and it's just quite my whole preliminary task is quite unprofessional, and I think I've realised since then in doing my final product that it's better to, when you realise that something's not right and it's not the way you want it, you should just say and just film it again until it is right. And I think that's the main thing that I have learned in my progression, as well as the techniques with the camera and the different types of shots that you can do. And I think in my final product I tried to use a lot of variety of shots, such as worm shots and point of view.
Fuck.
So to conclude, I think I've learnt a lot in the progression from my preliminary task to my final product. I've learnt how to use score effectively, how to use camera work effectively, how to use a variety of shots, how to edit, how to just do everything. It was all very amateur in my preliminary task, and I think I've made a massive improvement in all those things in my final product. Thank you.